an ode to air shafts, hallways, more air shafts, more hallways, and a shower scene with soapy boobs. We watched Creepozoids. We watch it so you don't have to. Oh my god, this effing movie. You know what time it is. What's up, Moon Goons? We are back. We are Horrible Horror, the podcast that watch the worst and the worst of horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I am your host, Aaron Southworth, and with me is Chris Samples. Chris, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Does it still sound weird? Does that feel weird saying that still?
Kinda, yeah. Marshall's still out. He was with us at Contamination. Phase 6, which we did last weekend. And, let's just talk about the con a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, so they had the con. It was Phase 6. They had featured guests such as George P. Wilbur, who we got an interview with. Very cool. Glenn Ennis, who, again, played Jason Voorhees. He also plays Colossus in the Deadpool movies.
He was really cool.
Got an interview with him. And one of the big scores was Naomi Grossman, who plays Pepper from the Grammy Award-winning... or Grammy? I don't know.
I think it's Emmy.
Emmy, thank you. Yeah, I don't know that shit. Emmy Award-winning show, American Horror Story. I should probably get that shit right before
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Grammys are music, you know.
Yeah,
Emmys are TV, so probably an Emmy.
Emmy Award-winning show, American
There
Horror
you
Story.
go.
Got an interview with her. So very cool. Those are currently up on our website. You can also check them out on iTunes and Podbean. So very cool. We got a chance to talk with them. But the con itself, man, I was a little bummed.
Yeah, I didn't get to go Saturday, which I heard was a little bit more active, but I was there on Sunday to help you guys out, and it was kind of quiet.
Slow.
Yeah, a little bit.
Slow.
A little bit.
Yeah, and, it was the con talking, it's a horror sci-fi convention, and it was on the weekend of November 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
And it just was...
Bad timing.
I think it was just really bad timing.
Yeah.
I mean, the setup was good. The venue was really nice. The hotel was great. It had a nice setup, but I just think a lot of people had Halloween hangover.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it was just because, the weekend before was the build-up to Halloween. People who like these horror sci-fi conventions, guess what? They fucking love Halloween.
Right.
So they're going to be all jazzed up to do Halloween, and, they blow their wad, if you
will.
will.
Even talking like a week after Halloween. Like Halloween was on like a Tuesday?
Yes.
And this was like
the weekend
Saturday.
after. Yeah.
So I mean like 4 or 5 days after Halloween.
Exactly.
So.
I just think there was some Halloween hangover.
Yeah.
However, I still had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Still had a good time. Still had some people check out the booth. We also have some interviews with some local authors that are up. We met some cool people who also do podcasts. So check out our other days.
The Grey Word Entertainment.
Yeah. That was super nice.
Photo booth, which
that was
cool.
another thing that was weird. We had a photo booth set up
where
you could take like selfies with blood splatter. Had our logo on it. It was pretty bitchin'.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and a lot of people were kind of put off by it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird.
Because it didn't actually print out the photos for you right there, like the typical like photo booth thing does.
Yeah, we send you a link to our website, but you still get the picture.
Yeah, but everybody's real hesitant to like, I'm not giving up my phone number or my website.
I'm not going to steal your information.
Yeah, right?
I just want you to check out my fucking website.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're just looking for some plugs.
Yeah.
Free plugs.
That's all we're looking for, and you get a funny gift picture.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, but some people liked it. Yeah,
I got a couple of them. I thought it was cute.
It was a good time. We got a good one of Glenn Ennis stabbing me with his machete, so that's a pretty good one.
I was going on a beer run at that time. I didn't get to get killed by Jason.
No, sorry.
Oh, well.
You did get a chance to get spanked by Lee Savage, though.
That did happen.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. We're gonna put those pictures up.
She kind of forced herself on me, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she did.
Like,
she was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
But considering she writes erotic horror,
yes,
yeah, she's an interesting cat. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
Yeah, so we did the con. Con was all right. Next year hopefully we'll be a little more spirited.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe they, like you were saying before, the ones before were in like June.
Yeah, the
like
summertime.
That seems like a good time.
A lot of people home from college.
Right, and it's far enough from Halloween to where people maybe get excited about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I need my Halloween fix.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
See what
so
happens.
we'll see what happens. So we are on with the movie. And actually, the movie kind of came from, Contamination being a horror sci-fi convention.
True.
So we looked for a horror sci-fi horrible movie.
Yeah.
And I think we found it with Creepozoids.
Yes.
We watched Creepozoids. Creepozoids was released on October 2nd, 1987. It is written by Dave Eisenstark as Buford Hauser, so I guess he has an alias there, and also by David DeCoteau.
Yes.
Yes. Also directed by David DeCoteau.
And do you know what else he directed?
What else did he direct?
Like multiple Puppet Master movies. The Killer Eye, the original.
Love it.
Sorority Babes from the Slimeball Bowl-orama.
Awesome.
And a shit ton of other horror weird stuff that we could probably do.
So we kind of love this
multiple
guy.
episodes on. Yes.
He's right in our wheelhouse.
Yes.
So let's just kind of check out the cast here. Of course, we have the one who played Bianca, who is Linnea Quigley.
I don't think she needs any more introduction than
Yeah,
that.
she's
And
pretty
if
much
she's not
there.
in the Horrible Horror Hall of Fame yet, then she absolutely should be.
I think she will be soon. Yeah, then we have Ashlyn Gear, who played Kate, and she has 147 credits to her name.
And in this movie, she was actually credited as Kim McCamey.
I thought it was Kate.
Well, her name is Kate.
Okay.
In the actual movie,
Right.
That's the character she plays, but she's credited in this movie instead. It's not Ashlyn Gear. It's Kim McCamey.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. But yeah, 147 credits to her name.
One of those credits, sorry, real quick, is called Dreamiac.
Oh, Drainiac?
Dreammaniac.
Dreammaniac.
Which
Dreamiac?
wanted to talk about because I've been doing this thing recently where I like to bring up movies that I think we should do. So, real quickly, I'm sorry that I am not.
Well, while you're
prepared
looking
here.
that up,
Yes.
I'm just going to touch on some of the movies she's done.
Go ahead.
2003, she was in Willard. That's like the rap movie with
She was in that.
what's his name? The dad from Back to the Future.
Christian, no.
Yeah, Crispin Glover.
There it
yeah.
is.
But mostly she's pretty much well known for her porn.
Since 1990, yeah. She took the turn to porn.
Here's a few of her porn films: Cocksmokers 12, Whack Attack 5,
Nice.
Ice Woman 1 and 2, which did come out in the same year.
Nice.
Clubhead, and there's a whole bunch of other ones.
I got a couple real quick.
Okay,
all right?
lay it on me.
How about Shift in Gear? Put it in gear. Gear up. Gearing up. Get it in gear. Total Reball. Bush Pilots 1 and Bush Pilots 2, Deeper in the Bush. Lethal Squirt, and then I had Cocksmokers as well.
God damn. So, yeah, Ashlyn Gear, getting in gear. I gotta love it.
This Dreamaniac movie, real quick.
Yeah.
A heavy metal musician makes a deal with a satanic succubus to make him successful with women. In return for the succubus being able to feed on the girls. So that sounds like a good horror movie.
Yeah, it sounds pretty much right in our wheelhouse. So that's kind of the rest of the cast is some guys. They're not really that important.
The only one I really saw was this Richard Hawkins who plays Jake. He was actually in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But
Okay.
That's all I got.
Yeah, there's not much too else with the other guys. So let's just go ahead and jump on into Creepozoids. Now, I have to apologize because I took some screenshots on my phone of this movie because I've got to read certain parts of it, and I didn't feel like writing all this shit down.
Oh, you're talking
So
about the very beginning?
I might have to go back and forth between what's on my phone and what is being read. So we're going into Creepozoid, and we open on a lady in a lab. She's got beakers and a computer and a fish tank with tubes going into it. Looks like she's doing experiments.
And for like a science lab, it's very dark in this
Yeah,
movie.
pretty dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a
You don't need to see what you're doing.
she likes intimate lighting
I guess
when she's
so.
doing her experiments.
I guess so.
And she's doing her experiments, and she hears scratching at the door. So there's some scratching out there, and she goes, "Is someone out there?" Nothing. Ignores it. Goes back on to doing more experiments, more scratching. Who's out there? Doesn't think about anything about it. Just keeps walking around the room. She does this like 3 or 4 times.
Like 4 fucking times.
It's
And
getting
then, and
ridiculous.
By the 4th time, I'm like, will you just go open the fucking door?
It's like trying to build suspense, but it's just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with this lady?
It's more annoying than anything.
I don't understand why she isn't going to the door.
Right.
This
Yes.
happens like 4 times.
Yes.
Who's there? Anyone there?
Is someone
What's
out
going
there?
on?
What's up?
Hello?
Hi. Just open the door.
This just goes on for a while. Finally, she's like, all right. She goes over to open the door, and you can hear her growling at the door.
Yeah, not
at the
scratching
door,
anymore, but like
just
little
growling.
Like growling. Yeah.
She opens the door, and it reveals this huge monster.
Yeah.
Black. It's a black monster, shiny, kind of looks like a generic alien from the Aliens movies. She screams, drops her beaker. It shatters on the floor.
All over her sweet kids.
Her futuristic kids.
Yes.
Roll credits. So, that freeze frame, roll opening credits.
Uh-huh.
So, when we're rolling the opening credits, this is where I've got... Oh, Chris has got it written down. So, Chris, if you will, lay it all... What does the screen tell us about Creepozoids?
So, mind you, this movie is from 1987, okay?
1987. And in the future, the futuristic world of 1998.
It says 6 years after superpowers of the world engaged in a devastating nuclear war, leaving Earth a blackened husk of a planet. Tiny clusters of survivors eke out a miserable existence in the ruins of the cities, and bands of deserters roam the barren wastelands, hiding from mutant nomads and seeking shelter from deadly acid rains.
Bum, bum, bum.
Key the sweet 80s synth music.
Oh my god, the synth music's pretty fucking awesome in this.
Yeah.
It is choice.
Oh yeah.
Which actually I believe
thoroughly enjoyed it.
There is a sound. There's a soundtrack credited on IMDb.
Uh-huh.
I tried to find it, but it's out of print.
Ah, damn.
So we're rolling the opening credits after that sweet, and it's on a computer screen. It's like written in DOS, and that's
like,
up there for a while.
It's like the old green type.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
as it's like scrolling out.
Yeah. And
like,
it's
wow, technology's gotten real good in 1998. Right?
And fuck yeah. And the screen, it's up there for a while. You
A
can read
long
that
time.
4 or 5 times.
Yeah. I agree.
So we're rolling the opening.
Which is why I'm surprised you had to take screenshots of it. You could have wrote that shit down for like
I
days.
didn't feel like writing all that. I didn't want to write all that. I'm not.
I'm just giving you shit.
My penmanship's gone to shit, man. I just take a picture of that.
Right.
So we roll the opening credits, and while they're going, and we're watching this group of 5 survivors, I guess, walking through the city
It's supposed to be the
wastelands,
wastelands,
where it's just abandoned buildings and I swear to God, they're all wearing fucking discount one-size-fits-all cargo jeans. They're all wearing the same color cargo jeans, and I swear it's like one-size-fits-all because they're huge on the women. Yeah. They kind of fit on the guys.
Did you notice too? Like
they're so big.
All the guys got like white t-shirts on, but all the girls are wearing like wife beaters.
Yeah,
yeah,
and like cut off at the tummy.
Yeah,
so you can kind of see their stomach a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, it's their post-apocalyptic clothing is. It looks like it's out of a Beat It video.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome, and they all have fingerless gloves.
Yeah, yeah, and they're carrying around which is the equivalent to like water pistols.
Yeah,
I mean these itty bitty little
small handguns.
Rifles,
and their gear consists of like a canteen.
Right.
Yeah,
and a tiny little satchel, like backpack type thing.
So they're walking through, and then we learn the names of the I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the names of the people that come up. But we have Jake, he's kind of the leader.
Right.
We have Jesse, who's the nerd with glasses. We have Butch, who's the jock kind of guy, the musclehead, hothead of the group.
The dumbass.
We have Bianca, who is Linnea Quigley. And then we have Kate, who is Ashlyn Gear.
Yeah, right.
So
Linnea Quigley looks more like the porn star in this movie.
Right?
She's got like side boob hanging out everywhere.
Tons of side boob.
Yeah.
Side boob for days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our group. Jake says, okay, everyone, take 5. A little R&R. So they all sit down, and they're all kind of resting. While they're resting, Jesse kind of starts complaining about his shoulder, going, oh, my shoulder hurts. It's bursitis. Oh.
Right.
And they're saying, what? Quit bitching. What's so wrong about it? He goes, it's sensitive to rain. And they're like, oh, rain? And they look up in the sky, and here come some clouds forming. Boom, boom. And it mentioned earlier, acid rain is something they want to avoid. And
apparently it's like a big problem.
It's a real problem here in the future. So they all freak out. They're like, oh, crap, the acid rain is coming.
Right.
And they run to one of the abandoned buildings, kick down the door to take shelter. So I think it's pretty funny.
That was funny, yes, because like as soon as they get in, they left like their little satchel or whatever outside. So as soon as they get in, it starts raining, and it zooms in on this satchel, and it's like smoking.
As the rain falls, it's smoking. So the group is now gone in this building. They're kind of cautiously walking around to check things out. They're kind of calling out, "Hello, anybody home?"
Right.
You know, there's no response. It's in a dark, abandoned, like industrial type building.
Very dark.
So Jake says, "Okay, we're gonna split up. Butch and I'm just gonna call her Linnea Quigley. I don't care.
Yeah.
Butch
Blanca.
and Bianca go off in one group, and the other three, Jake, Kate, and Jesse going off in the other direction.
He says, 40 paces, no more.
That's not a bad plan.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's a bad plan. I think it's actually a decent idea.
It's a good idea.
If you go 40 paces, you kind of get a good idea of what your immediate surrounding area is.
Jake's full of a lot of good ideas. Execution is not always a strong suit, but we'll move on.
So, and while they break up, he does say, "Let's hump it."
Uh-huh.
So I know that's a phrase that's thrown around a lot, and I love that phrase. Man, I was hiking in the woods, humping that backpack. It's like, but I just always think of someone fucking the backpack.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He did blink her off into a group with the porn stars. So.
Yes, he did. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet move. It's a good thinker. But as they're humping it, the group with Jesse, Jake, and Kate come across a room that's kind of has some cages in there, and one of the cages is broken. It's a chicken wire cage, mind you. Doesn't really think it could hold anything substantial.
It was hard to tell exactly what they were looking at. But.
Yeah, but one of the cages has been ripped open, and they're saying, "Oh, what broke out? Well, maybe they were keeping livestock. Well, it looks like something escaped. Okay."
Yeah,
and
like
I was thinking if
something.
it was a post-apocalyptic world, yeah, maybe you'd keep like rabbits or some sort of animal to eat. It makes sense. I get it. So then we cut to the other group, Bianca and Butch. They're looking around. They find cots, and they're like, "Oh, there's some places to sleep. All right." And then they find a shower room, which we come back to a couple times in this movie. When they find the shower, they're just like overjoyed that there's a shower. And it's so funny because you can tell they're like desperate. They're dirty. They turn on the shower like, "All right, yeah." And none of them are taking drinks. They're like kind of motion towards their mouth. It's like, really weird.
Blanca goes to turn it on, and Butch is like, "Stop! It could be contaminated." And she's like, "Seriously, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
And the water comes on. She's like, "If this is poison, give me more." I'm like, "Oh God, it could be seriously contaminated water." And you're just like, whatever.
And Chris, mind you, did a better job acting than both of those people right there, because that's something throughout this whole movie which we just can't replicate. We just can't explain enough of. The fucking acting is awful. The delivery is just
terrible.
Balls awful.
Yeah.
Just awful.
Agreed.
But just try and keep that in your mind. Lines being delivered are just dog shit. Ugh. But it's pretty funny. So they find a shower. They're pretty pumped about it. And then Linnea Quigley turns off the water, turns and says, "Let's get some chow, and that's all I'll ever need." What does that mean?
I had no
That was
clue.
such a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Let's get some chow, and that's all I'll ever need. Just and of course the way she delivered it was so like she was so proud of herself.
Right.
It was such a weird scene. So we cut to the other group. Looks like Jesse is left behind a little bit. Jake and Kate are walking away, saying, "Jesse, hurry up! Catch up!"
Now they're walking down.
Yeah, they're walking down the hall.
The hallway. The hallway that appears constantly.
The hallway, which is also a character in this movie.
It's got like a million doors. Down the hallway. It's like the set's just like we're just gonna put like 200 doors.
Just doors lining each hallway as far as the eye can see.
Like, okay.
Just door after door after door after door.
Yeah.
They never touch any of these
No,
doors. Don't
never.
go into any of these doors. Just walk by each and every one.
Constantly.
But they're calling back to Jesse saying, "Jesse, hurry up. If you shake it more than 3 times, it's jerking off." Wait a minute. If it's shaking more than 3 times, it's jerking off. I must jerk off all the time. I swear to God, I shake that thing like a fucking Polaroid picture. I want to get everything off, man. Just make sure it's empty.
Yeah.
All the ammo is out.
That's funny.
Clear the cartridge.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you ever watch Bob Ross, the painter?
Yeah.
You know how he soaks his brush and goes, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," beat the devil out of it? That's me.
That's you.
I'm just making sure.
I get it.
How dare you, Jake?
Jake's just jealous because he didn't find the bathroom first, right?
Could be. So I just had to take that. I was like, come on. All right.
Nice.
The group finds the chow hall, so they're pretty excited. They found the chow hall. Jesse, the nerd, is still exploring. He's still looking around, checking things out. He's in the same laboratory from the beginning, looking at a few things.
Right.
He sees a computer. He's like, "Oh, right, cool, computer." So he's drawn to the computer.
Yeah, let's talk again about this sweet technology of
Yeah,
1998.
so we'll cut to that in a minute because I got to say, as soon as he comes in, he sits down at the computer, he looks down, and there's a severed head.
Yes.
Ah!
Yeah.
He screams, he jumps up. The screams can be heard by the crowd that comes running in. The whole crew comes running in.
Down the hallway.
They come running down the hallway, tearing ass.
Yeah.
And they show that shot of them. They come running in the hallway. They run into the room without, and this is crazy, because without stopping, they run into the room, look down, see the head, kick it, say, "It's not going to hurt you," turn, and still in one motion, turn around, and they all walk out.
Walk back out,
What the fuck?
I know.
What a
No
bunch-
concern
what?
about a severed head on the ground.
What?
And it's not like the head's like, it's not a skull.
It's a fresh,
It's not even rotten. or
severed
anything. Yes, it's
head.
fresh. Yes.
And so, let me explain that again. They all come running down the hall. And
Full
I'm
speed.
telling you, the hallway shot of them running down the
Yeah.
hall is longer they take to address a severed head. They walk in the room without stopping, walk up to it, kick it, turn around, and walk out while saying, "Oh man, it's not going to hurt you." And they all just walk right
I'll
out.
right back out, leave Jesse there like, what the fuck?
Is that? That was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
know.
They weren't like, "Oh no, a severed head. What could have done this?" Nope, they just
Nope.
kick it.
Don't even
They
question
just
it.
fucking kick it
Why?
and walk out.
Honestly, Aaron, if you saw it, I mean, why question it?
That was so awesome.
That seems ridiculous.
That was so ridiculous. I couldn't, like, that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's just so retarded. So the group is then sitting around. They're sitting around eating food, and they're like, "Hey, this place is awesome. We can we can live here. This is a place that we can live. We can survive."
Yeah, according to Butch, we could live here for 10 plus years and be fine. Let everybody else burn up there. And like, seriously, you think there's enough supplies there for all of you to, like, 5 people?
They're implying anyway.
Yeah. Not that they would know, because they haven't actually looked around.
Yeah, they haven't
and
really
see what
done-
they got. They keep talking about it. Again, Jake, it's full of these great ideas, but never actually.
Poor execution.
Yes. So.
All right, so they're talking about, how awesome this place is, but the nerd, Jesse, and Kate they're kind of like, I don't know,
They got a weird feeling
if we should
about
do
it.
that. So they kind of have a weird feeling about it.
Because Kate even says, she's like, well, we'll just have to see. Like, we don't even know what's here. We don't know anything yet.
Yeah,
You know?
there's a severed fucking head that we just kicked around like a soccer
Yeah,
ball.
And Jesse's obviously, like, freaked out
Yeah,
about the
he's
place
pretty
now.
disturbed by it. And, let's stay here. Jesus Christ.
Right.
But that doesn't bother Linnea Quigley, because she says, "You know what? Time for a shower. I'm going to go take a shower for 100,000 light years."
Yeah, she says something silly like that.
At least she used it correctly, because it is a measure of, no, she used it incorrectly. She totally used it incorrectly, because a light year is a measurement of distance, not time. Big
Right.
dummy.
Hey. Are you surprised?
She used her futuristic lingo incorrectly. So
Butch jumps right up. He's like, I'm going to go stand guard.
as Luina Quigley goes to take a shower, and Butch, he's gonna pull guard duty. So while he's going to the nerd is back. The nerd finds the computer. He's back at the computer. He starts working on it. But then we cut back to Linnea Quigley, who's sitting there, saying she's taking off her clothes, getting ready. In comes Butch saying, "I'm pulling guard duty. I'm gonna be doing guard
"No,
duty."
you're not.
No, you're not. Takes off her top, reveals. The thing I was most impressed by, her abs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, she's got crazy cut 6-pack abs.
Yeah.
Boobs, whatever. But those abs, girl, she has been working hard.
Oh, yeah.
She's been working hard
Body
towards
was
those
smoking,
abs.
for sure.
Yeah, so she comes up, says, "You're going to soap my back, soldier." Pulls him in. That's when we cut to the nerd. He's working on the computer. But then we cut immediately back to her placing the soap aside. Dude, they're like in position. Like she already has her leg up on him. Like she's sitting on the soap.
She's trying to block his cock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's got her, like, her boobs out.
And they're both just super soapy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because you know what they had to have done before they shot this scene. It's like, okay, let's get really soapy.
Yeah.
Soap up, soap
Yeah.
up, soap up, soap up. Put it down and go.
Right.
It's so awkward.
Yeah.
It was such an awkward shower scene. But, man, her body's looking pretty good.
It was.
She's got a nice butt. Everything was looking good. So
Agreed.
we have our gratuitous sex
Yes,
scene
the,
for for
the softcore shower scene, as I put it.
Yeah, so which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut back to Jesse, who's working on the computer, and he keeps finding information about amino acids.
Right.
What are these amino acids? Well, let me tell you what amino acid is.
Okay.
It's protein.
Right.
It's just protein.
That's it.
Yeah. It's different types of protein.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
they're making it sound very, very advanced.
Well, he gets in there too, and he starts researching. Like apparently, there's some that the body naturally produces, and then there's others that.
We don't naturally produce it.
Right.
That's why we eat.
So he's like looking up the ones that aren't naturally produced by the body.
So that's why we eat chicken and fish and what have you. And he goes, "Were some of these ever synthetically made?"
Yeah. Jake comes up and like starts trying to.
Yeah.
Get all brainy.
Jake comes up. He's talking to Jesse. They're basically saying this place that was doing testing on, proteins and trying to synthesize them, which has already been done. Been done for hundreds of years or a long time. But they even say that though. They're just a different take on how proteins are made. So you also get a little backstory. It sounds like they're deserters from the war.
Right.
World War III is still going on, and they're deserters from the war.
Yeah, they pretty much deserted the front lines. And
so the war's still going on. So they give a little backstory there. So we cut to the scene where we cut to.
And again, Jesse says, well, we don't know what's here, or if the place is actually empty. I felt like somebody was watching me earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's like, dude, don't worry. This place is totally abandoned. Even though we just found a fresh severed head.
Right.
They never go back to the head.
No.
I know. It's so crazy.
They keep talking about, well, we need to search this place and everything, but they never actually do
They don't do any of that. Yeah, because the next thing they do, they're sleeping.
Right.
They cut to them sleeping. So
Would you feel all right with that?
No.
No. I'm gonna search every fucking crevice in that place and make sure it's not like something.
I did like the 40-step rule, which I liked. It's like 40 steps. Okay, everyone kind of like, what do you got? What do you got? Okay, 40 more steps.
Right.
Keep going out. Anyway, we cut to them sleeping. Jesse can't sleep, so he starts looking through some books, and out falls a floppy disk.
Not like a hard floppy disk, but
no,
like the soft floppy.
The big ass, like 8x8 floppy disk.
Because those were still prevalent in 1998.
The future. So it's pretty awesome. So we have he takes it to the computer, he pops it in, and it's basically a diary.
Right.
So excuse me for a minute, and I have to read the diary because
I did not write down the diary. I apologize.
Yeah, but it's funny because he reads all of this aloud.
Yes. As
he's going. So he opens at the diary, and it says October 13th. It's gotten unbearable. The communication with New LA has been curtailed for some reason nobody will tell me. I've been iced out for some major decisions, and it's getting ridiculous. The whole thing's turned from biomedical to social engineering. How many people can cram into these enclosed space before someone blows up? So that's what it reads. Sorry, I'm reading this off my phone from a screen grab. And mind you, Jesse's reading this aloud also.
Yeah.
So he's reading it for you. So I guess this is part of the story. Next one says, October 15th. I skipped a day. Bennett was snooping around the bookshelf. He suspects something. He hasn't gone near the books in months. Had a strange thought. What if he were taking the stuff himself? Yeah. I wouldn't put it past the weasel. It's creeping me out for half in all morning. Sorry, it creeped me out for half an all morning. It's what it says. Half an all morning. That just seems weird.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be writing this, but it's the only thing that keeps me sane. So it sounds like Bennett was taking some sort of chemical or something like that. All right.
Yeah, we never actually find out what they were producing in this lab, or what. All we know is that they've been messing with amino acids.
Yeah. So Jesse's reading all this stuff. He's checking it out, and then he hears kind of like some crying or whimpering.
Like a whimpering almost.
Yeah, some whimpering or crying coming, and he pulls back and looks down, and underneath the desk is a major,
air shaft.
huge air shaft.
Yeah.
Huge air shaft, just right underneath where your
right
where your crotch goes.
And we're talking like like a 2x2 hole.
It's like an industrial sized air shaft on the floor. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, "Whoa, that's weird." He of course, what does he do? Goes in, checks it out.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
He's the one that's freaked out. He found a severed head under that desk too.
Yeah, and now there's a major air shaft where whimpering's coming from.
Yeah.
Let's climb in there.
Why not?
Sure. All right, so as he climbs in, he's going in to go investigate, but next thing, as he's climbing in, the computer screen flashes again, and it shows November 18th. Long time no see. No one suspects a thing. Covered my tracks like a pro. The blood was a bitch to clean.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm like, huh?
So there was some nefarious things happening there.
So confused.
So Jesse's crawling through the air shaft, trying to, find out where the sound is coming from.
Right.
While he's climbing through, his hand goes in a big pile of sludge that he's going through. But he comes into this room that's set up, and it looks like I don't know what you'd call it. I mean,
I couldn't tell.
It's dark.
It's so dark.
It's super dark, and it just looks like rocks are covering. Like
it looks like rocks. Yeah.
It's like or organic covering,
something.
like something you can't really tell.
You can't tell at all.
You can't really tell
I don't
what it
understand
is.
This air shaft just runs into this giant open room.
This giant open room with it doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, they're totally losing me at this point. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? My eye starts twitching. I'm like, huh? Because you can't really tell what it is. I mean, maybe that's the point, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, so it just looks like a weird room with rocky. It's supposed to be like a hive or a lair.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Or something like that.
You made a good point earlier when you said that the creature in the very beginning looked like a generic alien.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was kind of thinking.
I'm like, is this a lair? Is this where he hangs
that's
out?
exactly what I called it, was a lair.
Yeah, I call it like a hive or a lair.
Right.
Same thing.
So
Jesse's looking around, growling can be heard, and out comes the monster. He comes out, grabs him, and he grabs him, grabs the nerd, lifts him up, and pulls him off the ground. His face, he's got these weird mandible claws on the side of his head, these jaw claws that kind of grab onto him, and then we cut the scene.
Right.
So Jesse got grabbed. It looks like Jesse's done for.
I thought for sure, that that was the end of Jesse.
Because then we show Jake walking around, waking people up. It's the morning. Time has passed.
Right.
Jake's knocking on people's doors. Wake up, wake up. We see him go over to Jesse's bed to go wake up Jesse. And sure enough, he shakes him. Jesse wakes up. He's like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Jesse's awake. So what do you know?
Jesse's not dead.
I guess Jesse's not dead. Jesse seems fine. Hey, what do you know?
I did. I put first kill. The Creepozoid gets him, and then I was like, weak, because I thought it was going to be one of those deaths, you know. But then next morning, oh, there he is. I'm like, oh, all right, I better go back and fix that. So he just got
scribble.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
So you wake him up. Jesse's okay. They're all having breakfast, kind of discussing their plan, how they're going to take inventory,
again,
what they're going to do.
We need to inventory everything. We need to search every corner of this place.
We're having this conversation again.
Yeah.
So one thing I noticed on the table, fresh fruit.
That was weird.
Yeah, they had bananas and apples and oranges, and
because he made a big deal. I guess Kate was making breakfast before he goes and wakes everybody up.
Yeah, and they were saying
and
it
she's
was
like, "Here, taste this." He's like, "Oh man, that's delicious." She's like, "Well, it's all canned,
powdered,
or fried, or dry, whatever."
Right,
He's like, "Yeah,
made to last for years and years.
But you made something out of it."
And of course, they have fresh fruit and bananas.
Right. Yeah, that's
bananas stay good for what, 3 days?
Right.
So they're all eating. They're all talking about which way they're going to go. Then, as they're talking, Kate looks at Jesse and says, "Jesse, are you okay?" Jesse's kind of convulsing. Head pops up. He's got crazy yellow eyes. Right. And he's puking black stuff all over. Yeah. Just puking it all up. Everyone jumps up.
His hand starts kind of transforming.
His hand
expanding.
swelling and breaking. And his voice is crazy. Right. Just more shit flying out. Everyone's screaming. He falls flat on his face. Jesse's dead.
Yeah.
So
which I thought he dies at that point, but I was thinking, all right, so he's changing into one of these creatures. But
I thought the same thing, but nope. He just dies.
Dead.
So they're just like, holy shit, what's going on?
Right.
They're trying. They all freak out, and next scene is they're all kind of sitting in the computer room.
Back in the computer room,
talking about
Kate's behind the computer,
saying, "Where are we? What's going on? What is this place? Why aren't we dead? What happened to Jesse?" They're all trying to figure it out. So they're trying to figure out Jesse, how did it all start? Then they kind of look at the amino acid profile again. They're looking at the computer and they're saying maybe he was infected, because what we can see is that if he was infected with this profile or with this amino acid, thing they're working on, he wouldn't have to eat food. He shouldn't be eating anything because the body is naturally making.
Well, they don't know yet that he was bit.
Right. So they're thinking maybe it's airborne.
Thinking that this research facility figured out a way for the body to produce its own amino acids. Mm-hmm. And then that way you wouldn't need food.
They're getting really sciencey.
They're getting real sciencey.
They're getting
and it was real hard to follow.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
They're getting pretty deep sciencey
here.
Yeah, in Creepozoids, when you have monster that bites you. God damn it!
Yes,
ease it back a little bit.
I know, and we're talking like an hour and 15 minutes total on this movie.
Of a whole movie,
a lot of credits.
Yeah,
and you're getting that. Can we just get to the basics?
Just give us the bread and butter.
Right.
Give us the soapy boobs.
Yeah.
Give us the fun kills.
I agree.
Give us the one-liners.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I know.
Don't tell me about amino acids and profile. Yeah. Jesus.
So they're thinking that this virus is somehow airborne.
Right.
Because they can't figure out how Jesse Jesse ate, and then it caused him to
And they're saying
explode.
that the reason his body was making the proteins, so when he was eating the food, it was an overload and it killed him.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Right.
That just pisses me off so much because your body can doesn't work that way. God damn it.
Wouldn't he just have to shit a lot?
You would piss it out.
Yeah.
You would shit it out. Your body would find a way. It would fuck your kidneys up because there's too much protein in your body. It fucks. Sure, he'd die a very slow death of kidney failure.
So what you're saying is that you wouldn't expand and start throwing up black tar and.
Of course you would, Chris. I mean, this is 1998 where there's acid rain.
In the future.
Of course. So,
okay.
Why not?
I mean, it seems completely reasonable to me, Aaron. I don't know why you're getting all upset about this.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. They find they look down and they find the air shaft. Mm-hmm. So they look down.
And it's weird how they do it too. He's like, he must have unless he got bit by something, and all of a sudden Butcher's like, down there.
Yeah, just boom, found it.
The room is dark as fuck.
Yeah.
How are you seeing this air shaft?
So they find the air shaft, and then Jake and Butch argue over who's gonna go for a while.
What would have been cooler at this point is that they just arm wrestled for it.
Yes, they should have. That would have made more fucking sense.
Yes.
Because they have a pissing contest.
Yes, they go back and forth.
For 2 minutes about who's gonna go.
Right.
Finally, Jake's like, I'm going, I'm in charge. He goes off, and Butch is pissed.
Yeah, right.
He's pissed about it.
Jake's like, you got experience? I got loads of experience. Seriously?
It's just ridiculous.
God damn. The writing in this movie. The acting you already said is shit, but the writing also.
They don't have a lot to work with, yeah.
No.
So Jake goes out into the
Which
air
makes
shaft.
total sense because he's the one with the most experience and the leader. Why don't you just go ahead and go down that dark
That's
air
when you
shaft
send your
by
grunt.
yourself.
Yeah,
right.
That's when you send your grunt.
You should have sent Butch.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Not a good leader.
No.
So he comes out the other side into the lair, and he's looking around. Butch, he can't take it. He has to follow.
Right.
So he goes,
he's
crawling
he's
through.
gonna follow through. And he's gonna leave the girls there all by himself.
He goes crawling through.
Very chivalrous.
Linnea Quigley's freaking out. She's just like, we should have firepower. We should have rockets and lasers and blah, 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 blah. And, Kate says, well, I saw some rifles over in the other room.
In the storage room, yeah.
And then Linnea Quigley runs up. Yeah. So they all are now separated.
And at this point, I'm like, all right. People, can we get organized here and quit running off alone? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
They can't keep their shit together longer than 5 minutes.
No.
They find an
Not
air
even
shaft.
5 minutes.
We're going down. Rifles are running away.
Yeah.
Leaving the one girl all completely by herself.
Right.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Oh, God.
Linnea Quigley, she's running to go get the rifles. Mm-hmm. She turns a corner into one of the rooms and runs smack into a hanging
dead
skeleton.
Body. Yeah. Right.
It's a dead body, but it's a fucking skeleton.
Yeah.
It's got no skin. It looks like someone committed suicide, runs into it, and she screams. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what the fuck? We saw a freshly severed head earlier. Now we see the skeletal remains.
And I'm confused by this, too, because Kate said that she saw the rifles in the storage room. If Blanca or whatever is going to said storage room, wouldn't they have found this dead body before?
Right. It's so weird.
Or are there just that many hallways in this place that all connect to each other?
So she screams. Kate goes running towards Linnea Quigley. Mm-hmm. Butch stops crawling through the air duct
he finds an opening in the air shaft and just he doesn't turn around.
No.
He makes like a hard left.
He just scuttles on off.
And I guess he found another way out of the air
I
shaft.
don't understand how that happens, but
Now Kate's running down the hallway.
Yeah.
And then you see Butch running down the hallway after her. Like, this hallway should have gotten a credit.
this
in the
hallway
fucking
should have
movie.
gotten a credit. Because as Linnea Quigley bumps into the skeleton, she also sees the monster.
Right.
The 6-foot
Yeah. But the jaws and the...
weird-looking alien
Yes.
rip-off monster swinging its stupid arms around, and then runs away. Because in comes Kate and Butch. She says it was a 6-foot-tall monster that went back into the shaft.
Right.
So we already know which way it moves around. It moves through the shafts.
Through the air shafts.
Let's
block off the air
block
shafts.
off the air shafts. That should boom. That should be like the number one thing you should probably be concerned with.
What does Butch do?
Nope. He goes in after it.
Head first.
Nope. That's right.
It went in that shaft right there. Oh, that one?
Zoom. Just
Right in,
jumps
dude.
right
Dives
in.
right into
Just
that son of a
goes
bitch.
in.
Oh my
goes
God.
in after it.
These people are fucking
Going
brilliant.
after the 6-foot-tall monster.
Uh-huh.
Now Butch comes into the lair. So now Butch has crawled through the shaft.
Yeah.
He's in the lair, and he finds Jake passed out, just like taking a
He's
snooze.
just taking a nap.
Doing a snooze
Yeah.
in this
'Cause
lair.
I don't remember him getting attacked at all. Like, I see he
No.
gets into the lair.
Yeah.
And he finds like Jesse's flashlight.
Yeah.
And then you don't
And it
see
cuts
what-
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't see anything that
I
happens.
just want to make sure I didn't
He just
miss
looks
something
like
there.
he's taking a snooze.
Right.
He's out cold.
Mm-hmm.
So Butch wakes him up and, gets him back.
Right.
So the girls are in the computer room running experiments on the amino acids some more, taking tissue samples from the dead body
Right.
and comparing it against Jesse's, and it looks like they match up.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Jesse was the healthiest person amongst them all, shouldn't have been eating food. He doesn't need food now.
Right.
But he's dead, so blah.
Well, and she wants to get some more samples. First of all, this computer they're using. I mean, you're testing blood and tissue samples like within
Seconds. Yeah.
Like, wow, now that
on a
is
DOS
impressive.
floppy disk
That
drive.
is impressive.
Pretty
technology.
impressive stuff. That
Like,
technology.
She wants to go back and check the cages to see what we're dealing with, and Jake immediately comes in and he's like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Don't need to do that.
We ain't doing that.
That's not important.
Seriously?
I mean, just ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Jesse. So, pardon me. Jake comes back and says, the monster doesn't. Well, he's like he saw the monster.
Uh-huh.
Monster doesn't want to kill you.
Right.
He says, I don't think the monster wants to kill you.
Right.
I think the monster's cool. Basically, he's saying, don't worry, the monster doesn't want to kill you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
What?
It is weird though how this monster keeps like working, because he could have killed Jesse.
Yeah.
Right then, but it said he just kind of bit
He didn't
him
kill
and then
Jesse.
put him
He
back
obviously
in bed.
got Jake. He didn't kill Jake.
Yeah.
He confronted Linnea Quigley. Didn't kill Linnea Quigley.
Right.
So, okay, I can maybe see that. So what does the monster want?
So
We don't know.
What's the end game?
Yeah. It's just kind of strange.
Mm-hmm.
They go out of the room. They're walking down. The lights turn off. Boom.
Yeah,
lights shut off.
No, something catches their attention, like they hear something, and so they run to like the storeroom to check on it.
Yes, they run to the storeroom to check on it, and the lights cut off.
Lights cut off, and then
Lights
Butch,
go down.
Butch
And then
goes
without hesitation, as soon as the light goes off, it's like Butch's line just pops up. He's like, "I'm gonna go run and find the generator."
Right.
I mean, without hesitation. Hesitation.
Right? Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't even stop to think about
No.
the implications of what he could be
None.
running into. I got it. All cowboy. Just,
Zoom. Just
and I've been like, take it easy, homie. You know?
just
Go.
runs off.
Right.
And the other three stay behind. They're just like, damn it. And they let him go.
Mm-hmm.
He walks into a room, walks into the janitor room, and while he's walking around, he can kind of hear some like squeaking and kind of some chattering. He reaches down, he flips the switch, the power comes back on, he puts his arm down to look around, and then a giant fucking rat comes out and latches onto his arm. A giant fucking rat. Have you seen The Princess Bride?
Uh-huh.
And the first thing I thought of was ROUSs.
Right.
The rodents of unusual size.
Yeah.
It was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
And here we got the
Except
ROUS.
Those rodents of unusual size in that movie were done awesomely.
Yes, they were
I
done.
mean, they were good, like, effects and everything.
And this was
This
a
fucking
stuffed
rat.
animal.
At one point, he's on the ground, and this rat's still attached, and you can almost see the stick that they're holding the rat up with, you know what I mean, like attached to his arm. Like the rat's not moving in any way. It's just like hooked to his hand. It's fucking hilarious.
It's
dude.
pretty bad.
It is fucking hilarious.
He's wrestling with this rat on his arm, screaming. The other three hear the screams. They come running in. The two girls. Now this is another thing that kind of pisses me off, and it comes up later. The two girls, now these are fucking soldiers.
Right.
They've seen action. They've been on the front lines. They've been in war.
Absolutely.
And they just huddle against the wall, arms clutching their chest, going, ah! Just freaking out.
Can't stand the rats.
They can't move.
Right.
They're just petrified.
With fear, yeah.
Jake runs in, rips the rat off, throws it aside, and that's when he shoots him, and we get to see that they don't have normal guns. No. This is the future. They have fucking blue laser beams.
In 1998.
Blue laser beams that shoot out, hit it with a big splash of fire and sparks, killing the rat.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty fucking awesome.
It was.
We have laser beams, ladies and gentlemen.
Lasers.
Moon Goons, we have laser beams.
Lasers.
Pretty awesome.
In 1998. Damn it, where's my laser gun?
I know. I want my laser gun too. Shit.
I know. Should have lightsabers by now too.
We cut back to the bedroom where they were in earlier, and they're patching Butch up, and they're talking about their plan. They were like, so we stay? Should we run? They can't run because the acid rainstorm is still out there in full effect. They even say, listen, and you hear thunder blast.
Like,
so
Jake wants to stay.
Yeah,
Jake's
Jake,
like, fuck you.
This is home, Jake.
This is our place.
Yeah,
we're going to fucking kill the thing.
Everyone else wants to leave, but they can't because there is the acid rain, which will melt you to pieces, I guess, if you go outside.
It says something like, come on, let's stand up. Let's fight. And Linnea Quigley's like, search and destroy. He's like, damn right.
Yeah.
This is our shit.
Yeah, so he's...
And then Kate's like, we're not really up for that. He's like, damn rookies. What'd you expect?
Oh, so they do kind of come to consensus saying, we need help.
Right.
We're trapped in here. We can't go outside. We got this alien thing buzzing around. Giant rats.
Right.
We need help. So Jake and Butch decide they're going to run to the computer and make a call for help, like an SOS.
Like a distress call.
They're going to go out and
make it... questionable too, because they are deserters of the government.
Yeah,
finds them,
and they do mention that. They're just like, I don't know, maybe, hopefully the government won't hear it. Maybe we'll get some civilians if we're lucky.
Don't ask any questions.
Yeah, they're just kind of hoping. They're hoping, against hope, essentially. So they run off to the same goddamn computer room. Mm-hmm. So Jake is sitting, running again. The shot of them running down the hallway.
Do not forget the hallway.
I apologize. Right. You're right, because the hallway is a major thing.
Major character of this movie.
Run down the hallway. Again, we see him run down the hallway. Back in that same computer room.
Right.
So as soon as Jake sits down, puts in the, make the stress call. I don't know the password.
Yeah.
As soon as he says, I don't know the password. Remember what's underneath the desk? The fucking air shaft. Outshoot alien hands. Grabs onto Jake. Throws him on the ground. He's screaming. Ah! The monster's face is right in Jake's face. Drool is landing on it.
It kind of kisses him.
Yeah.
Or something.
Like they're face to face. Drool's falling on him. Jake somehow is able to wiggle away. And mind you, this is where Butch decides to take action. Right. Butch having a gun in his hand, which laser beams come out of.
Laser beams.
He decides he's just going to run and fight the thing.
Yeah.
He's just going to run.
Why shoot it?
Why shoot it when you can fucking punch it in the face like a real man?
It makes way more sense.
Jake runs to it. The monster grabs him. Dude, it's a POV shot of the monster. So the POV shot of the monster, his hands are around his neck while Butch is going, such a stupid look. He throws Jake back. Jake falls down to the floor. Pardon me, Butch falls down the floor. But it doesn't matter because Jake does the same fucking thing.
He doesn't go for his gun.
After seeing
he doesn't try to shoot the motherfucker.
Thing,
yeah.
Jake runs at the monster.
Yeah.
Same scene. Hands grab him. You see the POV shot. Throws him off.
Yeah.
And he falls down. Holy shit.
Fucking crazy.
So they're both down and out. And while they're out, the monster looks at the computer screen. And this weird spray.
Yeah, it sprays like black.
This black spray comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or his face.
Somewhere.
You can't really see because the film quality is pretty bad.
Oh, God.
And he's spraying the computer with this black spray, black mist. which causes the computer to explode.
Yes.
It just bursts into flame
Yeah.
and sparks with a comical
real
explosion
confused.
sound of like it sounds like an A-bomb went off when it just goes like when in all reality it's like a small explosion.
Right.
It was pretty funny. So Jake is out cold. He grabs Butch by the hand and drags him off. So the girls are in the bedroom talking lovingly about the boys. Kate is in love with Jake, and Bianca's in love with Butch, and they're having like a great little moment together. That's when we see Kate. She gets up to go take a shower.
Yes, in this high pressure moment.
Yes.
Where are they? When are they coming back? I think I'll go take a shower.
Time to get clean.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna wash away the stress away. Yeah, so she heads off to the shower. She's about to take off her shirt, so I'm thinking, all right,
Here we go.
shower scene number 2.
Sweet.
But that is interrupted by the screams of Linnea Quigley as she is now face to face with another ROUS. Another rat has come out, and she is fighting the other stuffed rat. And she's fighting it on the floor.
Yeah, it like jumps on her. She falls down. She's like face to face
She's
with it.
face to face with it. She's
She
fighting
throws it. Kate runs out of the bathroom to like
And
try
again,
to help her.
she does the same thing. She clutches her chest
She's like
and hides
pinned-
against the wall.
She's pinned to the wall in fear.
and she can't stop. And Linnea Quigley's fighting this
Which
rat
is
on the
awesome.
floor.
Linnea Quigley gets up off the floor, and all of a sudden, this rat, in one quick
Oh,
move,
fuck, yeah.
it jumps and it goes right up the back of her shirt.
She
now
throws
she's
it
like running
and
around
runs
with this
up the
crazy
back of her, like,
person. Yeah.
Dude, it just shoots right up there,
Right, yeah.
like a rocket,
Right up the back of her shirt.
So it's underneath her shirt.
She's like
she's
jumping
freaking
around
out.
with this fucking giant tail hanging out the back of her shirt, and Kate's still like, she can't move. Finally, she gets up enough balls to come pull the fucking
Pulls
rat
the
out.
thing out, throws it down, and they've done this like twice. They've grabbed it and thrown it.
Yes.
Grabbed it and thrown it. Just try to keep track of where you're throwing it.
Good
all
idea.
right? Because they both jump up on the bed, and they're looking around. They can kind of hear some squeaks here and there.
Right.
Kate peeks her head underneath the bed, and as soon as she does, wham!
Yeah.
The rat
Thank-
is on her neck.
Yes.
Chewing away at her neck.
Yeah.
Linnea Quigley
Like
rips,
jugular
yeah.
area, like right on her
So
throat.
she's
Yeah.
fighting this fake rat. Linnea Quigley grabs the rat, throws it on the ground, and fucking
Starts
curb
stomping
stomps
on
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally taking care of this
Put your
thing.
mouth on the curb.
Finally takes care of it. Just smashes it. So, pretty fucking funny. Then we have Jake runs back in.
Yeah, and Jake suddenly runs in. Out
Jake
of
suddenly
nowhere.
runs in. He's like, Butch is gone. I can't find him. And they start patching up Kate.
But they don't even patch her up.
Yeah, they give her a
She's
shot.
sitting there like bleeding from her fucking neck. Probably again like a jugular bite. They don't try to apply pressure.
No.
He tells Linnea Quigley, go get a blanket, and he runs over and gets a first aid kit.
Gives her a shot of something.
And yeah, gives her some rando shot, but doesn't even once get like a compress or anything to try to stop the bleeding.
She'll be fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So then we find, he says Butch is gone. We cut to Butch. He's in the hive.
Right.
So he's in the hive. He's laying down, I guess, it must be the comfy spot of the hive because
It
this is
must
where
be.
we see everyone, whenever they get caught in the hive, this is where they lay
Yeah.
down. So Butch is lying down, and we see the monster standing over him, and he starts spraying that black
yeah.
spray all over his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's...
Like one side of his face.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, yeah.
So Linnea Quigley and Jake go back to the hive to find Butch.
No,
and they,
now they're crawling through the fucking
Yep,
air
and they-
shaft again.
Again, we see a long scene of them crawling through the air shaft, run down the hall, crawl through the air shaft, find Butch. Butch, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What the fuck is going on?
I
He's
don't
like, yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about me, guys.
But then they get him out of there, so they gotta like drag him through the air shaft.
Yeah, and
That
I gotta say,
confuses
when
me
they
too.
pick him up, they're dragging his limp, lifeless
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
He's not moving at all.
No.
It's not like he's a little like out of it. He's like,
But like
not
almost
moving.
immediately they're in like
The medroom. Then,
Yeah.
then they're in like a medroom. They're immediately in a medroom.
Yeah.
They put him on a gurney. I'm like, okay, is he going to be okay? As soon as they put him on the gurney, his eyes turn yellow, and he starts puking that black stuff
it
all
starts,
over.
Like, and his face like expands like it's gonna
Yeah.
explode.
Everyone's screaming. Jake's screaming. Linnea Quigley's screaming. The guy's going, blood's black crap is flying everywhere. It's fucking bonkers.
It is weird.
It's pretty nuts. They said, oh, he's done. He's done for. Oh, it's so sad. gives Linnea Quigley a hug, but they don't have time to mourn too long because the monster pops back up again.
Right.
Roar! Here comes the monster.
I know you guys listen to this, you can't see it, but Aaron's like waving his arms.
Because that's what it looks like. It's so stupid. The monster is just like, it's so clumsy. It's a guy in a rubber suit, and he's moving around so clumsily.
Now, finally, Jake gets smart, though, and starts blasting it with his laser beams.
He's hitting it a few times.
It ain't doing
Linnea Quigley,
shit.
she runs off to go check on Kate.
Yeah.
You know, while he's shooting at it, Linnea Quigley runs off to check on Kate.
Mm-hmm.
He finds Kate, pulls her back. Kate, are you okay? Kate, are you okay? Pulls Kate back, and now Kate is like a mutant zombie thing.
She looks like an extra from The Evil Dead.
She does. I mean, the makeup's not bad. It looks kind of cool. But what the fuck? So if you why didn't Butch turn into one of these things? He got bitten by the rat too.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know.
So she's now a mutant zombie thing.
Yeah.
Starts fighting Linnea Quigley.
The girl fight ensues.
And they have it's like a fight scene.
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty epic.
She's throwing knees to the gut, throws a couple left crosses.
It's pretty good.
Throws her over to the
enjoyed
bed.
it.
Linnea Quigley jumps back up. She does like a Muay Thai plum, like behind the neck, pulls her head down, kneeing her in the face. They crash into a metal like shelving. The shelving falls. Linnea Quigley jumps on top. It's right across Kate's neck and is pushing down, saying, "Die, bitch, die!" As Kate is dying, getting strangled.
Like chokes her out
and
with the shelving. Yeah.
More black stuff is shooting out of her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Kate is dead. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. That's Sarah's favorite part of it.
So this is again where so Jake has been shooting at the monster. Mm-hmm. He's running down the hallway, and as he's running down the hallway, he trips
over his own feet
and falls over his own feet.
Yeah.
And they even show it.
Yeah.
They didn't show him trip over something
or
a shoelace. Or he's literally running and they cut down to his foot, turn a little funny, and he goes flying.
Yeah. They
show it, which is pretty funny. So then they show the monster zoom in on him and grabs Jake.
It's like the POV again.
Yeah.
Like just
POV, monster's got Jake. This is like the second time this has happened to Jake.
Yeah. And then,
Jesus Christ.
And then they cut straight to Blanca or whatever.
Yeah.
She's in the storeroom. She finally finds her rifles, or I guess, or another gun of some sort. And then they quickly cut to her in the
hive.
In the hive, yeah.
Yeah, so she gets armed up, and I guess she crawled through the ventilation shaft because she finds Jake in the hive again.
Yes.
Sure.
I guess.
Why not?
Unless this monster's just got a thing for Jake. Maybe he wants some sexy time with Jake.
Could be.
Lays him down on the comfy sofa.
I know.
Hey.
It's always the guys. It's always the guys.
Yeah, he ain't interested in the girls.
No, the girls never get laid down on the comfy stuff. He did it to Jesse.
Yeah.
Did it to Jake. Did it to Butch. None of the girls get this. That's a good point. That's a really good point, huh? Yeah. Maybe it's a female. Who knows? Maybe.
I'm reaching. I don't know.
I like it, though. We find Linnea Quigley, Bianca, standing over Jake, going, "Jake, wake up! Jake, wake up!" We hear a slight growl.
Right.
Linnea Quigley turns around. Boom! Sure enough,
there's the creature.
Monster grabs her, lifts her up off the ground. She's kicking and screaming, and then she starts to die.
It eats her face or something.
But we don't see it. We just see them face to face. Its face is getting closer to hers.
And then suddenly you see blood.
And then they show her feet kicking as guts and entrails and blood is dropping onto her feet.
Right.
Her feet stop kicking. She's dead.
Yeah, so we're to assume that
we assume that she's dead. And as soon as she's dead, Jake then conveniently wakes up.
That's when
Bianca, no!
Right. This dude's the worst.
I know, he really is. He's really, really bad. So he conveniently wakes up, and he makes a run for it. And this is where Jake runs into the storeroom.
Yes.
And holy shit.
Yeah.
This is like the rest of the movie.
There's
like 20 minutes left.
There's like 20 minutes left.
There's like 20 minutes left, and Jake's left, and we are in the storeroom the rest of the fucking movie, essentially.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Here we go.
No, let's be fair. I mean, there's a good 5 minutes or so of credits at the end.
Okay.
So,
Fair.
15 minutes, though.
Fair enough.
15 fucking minutes
Fair
we're
enough.
in this goddamn storeroom.
He's in a large storeroom with just row after row of metal shelving.
Right.
All right. So we see the monster come into the room, and he's plotting. This thing is big. It's like over 6 feet tall,
Right.
and it's like walking like it's fucking Frankenstein. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. This is not a stealth creature, mind you. It's just walking through the room like this.
Yeah.
Whenever they show it, it's literally going boom, boom, like making noise.
This is where it does differ from Alien quite a bit.
Yes. Instead of a stealthy, evil little creature, this thing is fucking loud and annoying.
Yes.
All right. It's just like that son of a bitch in the movie theater who is constantly talking, constantly loud, breathing heavy. So noticeable. I don't understand how you just can't see it, because what we are fucking victim to as viewers here is Jake and this monster playing fucking cat and mouse.
Pretty much.
In this goddamn warehouse or big storeroom with these metal shelvings.
So
Fuck.
Jake kneels down to hide from it. And he starts looking at boxes. He opens up this box and finds...
Oh, wait, no. We'll come to that in just a minute.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry. We're very large storeroom. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's looking at these boxes, and he comes across a box that he just opens up randomly, and it's full of syringes and some sort of medical...
It reminded me of the syringe from, like, Pulp Fiction. When
It's huge. It's a huge syringe and big needle he has to screw on.
Right.
And he looks at the solution that I guess is in there. He goes, "This will do the trick." He says it out loud to himself.
He does. We don't know what it is.
No,
We don't know.
We have no idea what. No clue what it is.
Does
Doesn't
he know?
say. No, I mean, sure, I guess, but we don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe it says Monster Killer on it. Who knows? It's like Acme Monster Killer.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
If like a plastered across the box with a big bumper sticker, warning, monster killer.
So Jake is sneaking around, slow-moving, plotting, loud monster.
Right.
Jake literally turns, and it's in front of him. He's looking to the left, and as soon as he turns his head straight, he's face-to-face with the monster, which grabs him, shakes him, and throws him maybe 5 feet to the side.
Yeah, we do this whole, like...
He gets up, and he can't find the monster.
Right.
He can't see it. Walks around a little bit more. Sure enough, same thing. Monster grabs him, lifts him over his head, shakes him around. This is like a 30-second scene because I filmed it. I think I might put it on Instagram. He grabs him and goes, "Argh!" He screams, "Ah!" Cut back to monster. "Argh!" For about 30 seconds, you can see wires holding the guy up.
Oh, really?
As he's shaking him back and forth over his head. Throws him to the side. That's happened twice now.
Yeah, Jake gets beat up quite a bit by the monster.
I know, this is so stupid.
God.
Okay. All right. Let's
so
see
at this point, Jake gets up and he goes to fill the syringe now. Now, he just had the syringe and the vial. He didn't have it actually ready to go. When this fucking monster was like holding him above his head, he could have easily jabbed it in the throat then.
He still
but
can't.
No.
But the thing is, he looks up again. He gets hit again by the monster.
Right.
Goes, well, this is the third fucking time this has happened.
Like I said, Jake gets beat up a lot here in these last 15 minutes.
So we have Jake then. Now he can't find the monster again, even though they're in the fucking storage room and it's a plotting 6-foot growling, snarling beast. Can't find it. He's sneaking around the corner. He looks and he sees it down the hallway. He gets his syringe ready, pumps himself out, and goes running down the hall, the corridor, towards the monster from a long, long, long distance away, going, "Argh!" Runs right at it. The monster pulls, "Ole!" Moves out of the way, fucking flips Jake through the air, goes flying, and he lands as a bunch of boxes. And the first thing I thought about was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when Shredder's on the roof running at Splinter at the very end, and he's going, "Oh!" Splinter moves out of the way, "Ole!" And Shredder goes falling off the side of the building.
Into the trash truck.
That was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, holy shit.
Right.
We know where Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got this scene from. Because this came out before Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, possibly.
It did.
Okay.
So because this was 87, and Ninja Turtles
98.
I think came out in 90 or 91, or
89,
even 89. Doesn't matter.
Either
but
way,
it's fucking brilliant.
I want to watch that movie now.
It's a much better movie.
So good.
Why aren't we watching that movie? So Jake gets fucking olayed into the boxes.
Yeah.
And finally, he's in a pile of boxes. He's struggling to get up. The monster decides he's had enough fun toying with him. It's time to get down to business and
Right.
kill Jake.
I guess, or rape him.
Yeah. Who knows? The monster's coming at Jake. Jake then pops up, syringe in hand, stabs it into the neck of the monster, and he's plunging down the plunger while
Very
screaming
slowly,
the whole
right,
time.
right.
And they just keep cutting back between the face of the monster, Jake screaming, and the plunger going down like 3 or 4 times.
And hey, wouldn't you have, if you were filling that syringe, wouldn't you have filled the entire syringe?
Well, it depends on how much fluid there is, but you'd want, you'd want every last drop.
But it looked like he had just like
a
little bit,
like a quarter of the syringe full.
Right.
Yeah. But he's plunging this in, screaming, growling, cut to syringe, screaming, growling, cut to syringe. It's like over and over again. Black stuff is falling off the monster. The monster falls over. No more growls. Seemingly dead.
But like as soon as it hits the ground, its head pops off.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I totally did. As soon as it like collapses and falls,
like damn, that was some serious shit. Whatever, he picked the right stuff.
Monster killer is no fucking joke. Use with cautions, kids.
Right.
So there we go. Monster's dead. Jake's looking pretty pretty safe there. He's on his hands and knees, exhausted, crawling away, kind of rests against some shelving unit, going, ugh.
It's only been beat up for
It's
like
over.
the last half an hour total.
Right.
I mean, he's gotten his ass whooped this entire movie.
Yeah. So as Jake is crawling away to go rest, it pans back to the body of the monster, and something starts moving.
This is when it gets weird.
Something starts trembling underneath.
Yeah.
Something starts coming out of like the shoulder area,
Right, wherever the head was.
coming out, and it is, I'm just gonna fucking say it, it's a goddamn half a baby.
Yeah.
Like a baby head, like a demon baby, human looking demon
Its
baby.
face was like human. Its
Oversized.
Body, and it had, like, it was almost like it was like a cyborg, you know, like a Borg from Next Generation.
Okay, yeah,
You know
I get
what I
it.
mean? It had like
Yeah,
parts of the.
it had parts of the alien on it, but it was this human baby head with demon teeth.
Yeah.
What the? And it could make. It was a practical effect. It was like a puppet. It could do all kinds of crazy facial.
It was honestly
expressions.
probably the best effect of the whole movie.
It was cool looking, but what the fuck?
I don't know.
What the hell?
And as it's like walking, it comes out of the alien body.
Yeah. And it
and
has
starts
no legs.
walking.
It has no legs. It's like dragging itself on its arms.
Was it? No, I thought it was like I thought it was upright.
No, it didn't. It was not that I saw. I thought it was like
I assumed it was upright, but maybe not.
I thought it was just dragging itself.
Okay.
But it's pulling, and it has an umbilical cord
yeah.
that's still attached to the monster, and it breaks off in a bloody snap as he's walking towards Jake. Jake is laying like resting against the shelving, and this is where it gets crazy with the cuts.
Yeah.
Cuts to Jake, cuts to the baby's face, cuts to it walking, cuts to Jake, baby's face walking, Jake face walking, Jake face walking, Jake face walking,
Right.
and then it's getting closer and closer. We see Jake sitting there, the fucking puppet come up behind him like on his shoulder going, to which Jake screams, knocks it back, just fucking backhands this baby thing off into the distance.
And then
Now we're back to another fucking cat and mouse.
Yeah, there's like an epic Jake baby fight.
I know.
That goes on.
And now we have another one of these fucking scenes where
God.
he's looking around, looking for the baby, can't find it. It jumps off the top of shelving onto his throat. He wrestles with the mannequin, throws it off, can't find it, looks in a box, it pops out. Same fucking. This happens 3 or 4 fucking times.
Well, at least this one, and I'm reaching here, okay? At least this one, you know, the baby's got like places to hide.
It's small.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes more sense instead of a fucking 6-foot-plus monster
in a
plodding around.
10x10 room.
Right.
There's only so many places for something like that to hide. All right, I get it.
Finally, Jake gets down low, sees the baby. They get face to face. He grabs the baby, wraps its neck up with its own umbilical cord, has a dramatic choke out scene. where
Which
it's
is kind of fucking disturbing.
I know he's choking this
Choking a baby.
zombie thing out with this umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Its eyes roll back in his head, stops moving. Jake throws it down in victory. All right, he wins. He walks back, checks on Kate. Kate's body's dead. He now knows everyone's dead.
Right.
And then it cuts to the baby,
Yeah.
who just shakes it off.
Yeah.
Gets up, freeze frame, hit the synthesizer.
Yep.
Roll credits. Huh?
I know.
What the fuck? This is the ending?
Yeah.
That's the ending?
Yeah.
God damn it. That's Creepozoids. You son of a bitch.
Motherfuckers. Yep.
God damn it.
Well, we'll get into a little bit in trivia and explain.
I can't, man.
I know.
I can't.
Dude, this one was,
My brain is done.
it hurts.
We got to do our favorite kill.
Oh,
There can be only one. Favorite kill.
All right, so favorite kill. We had some weird ones. I don't know.
we had no real good ones.
No, not really.
There were 6 people in this
They
whole
weren't
movie.
really kills. They were like deaths.
Yeah.
Like 2 of them were just deaths.
There were
2 of them were
6 total
kills.
credits as far as people in this movie,
Yeah.
including
Yes,
the chick in
You're
the
right.
very beginning.
There were only 6 people credited in
who
this movie.
we assume she died.
Yeah. Who knows?
Right.
She could be hanging out in the hive.
Yeah.
Just chilling, not eating food because she makes proteins on her own. All right, Chris, what do you got?
Dude, they all really were fucking horrible.
They were.
I'm probably gonna go with Kate because of the epic girl battle. I felt like she could have been on Evil Dead, and I don't know. That's really the only one you saw actually die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A close second would have been, Blanca or whatever, because I thought that was kind of cool, but I'm going with Kate.
I'm going to go with Jesse at the table because, it wasn't necessarily a kill. He just died from eating eggs, I guess.
The build-up to it was kind of cool.
But it was cool. It was a cool effect. It helped set some of the... you thought maybe it was a kind of a neat effect. His eyes were different colors. His hand was getting weird. He's puking all this weird black crap out.
Right.
I thought it was kind of neat.
Yeah.
I like that one, but I guess you're right. It just sucked. There just wasn't anything good as far as kills are concerned.
Man, they were terrible.
Yeah, so let's just roll on into the odds and the ends.
Not only did they watch these films, they researched them too. Ugh, what is wrong with these guys?
Okay, so odds and ends. Marshall's been pissed off at me because I'm not doing it right. So I'm going to go ahead and just read the odds and ends here. Ratings. IMDb gave it 3.6 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, there is no tomato meter, but there is an audience score of only 13%. So pretty bad.
That sounds about right.
Amazon, however, sure did like this movie. 4 out of 5.
Wow.
4 stars out of 5. That's pretty impressive.
Really?
Yeah. So plot keywords, there were 15. Here were the ones that were kind of interesting. Post-thermonuclear war, giant rat, monster, killer baby, mutant baby, female frontal nudity, and of course, what we talked about earlier, sex and shower.
Hey. Which was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, honestly, at least it broke it up a little bit. So here's some trivia. We already talked about it. The film was set in 1998, where the future.
Right.
It was shot in a whopping 12 days.
Yeah.
I could believe that.
Right, I saw that.
Ashlyn Gear, she did not play the zombie. It was a stunt double. So it was a stunt double who fought with
Yeah, I kind of
Linnea
got the
Quigley.
feeling that it was actually a man.
Yeah, it did not look like her at all when they cut. I knew it was like prosthetics and stuff, but still, it did not look anything like her. They planned for a sequel. So maybe that's where Monster Baby would have came back.
Yeah, that's
Who
what I was
knows?
going to say, because I saw that in trivia, too.
Yeah, they planned for a sequel, but it never came to fruition. The opening sequence with the group of survivors walking through they were walking through downtown L.A. in abandoned places with no permit, so little guerrilla filmmaking.
You could kind of feel that. I felt like they were walking under like overpasses, or just like random train tracks and shit.
Yeah, so that was kind of nice. So there's something else too, but I don't really know exactly what it.
Here's one. Ashlyn Gear was asked to asked by the filmmakers to do a nude scene, but declined to do it.
Right? And that's so weird considering this is the gal who was doing,
Went straight into porn,
what,
pretty much.
Cock Smokers 12?
Yeah, 3 years after this film was released, she went straight to porn.
Thank you, Linnea Quigley, for giving us some boobies. You are a star. Thank you so much.
Right.
So that's kind of what we got for trivia. There's some other stuff, but I think it's just kind of dumb. One of them was when they were looking through the employee files.
Yeah.
It had a lot of different names, I guess, in the business.
Most of the names that were on that were the fucking producers, because this movie actually has 9 people credited as producer.
Yeah, so
one of them being Linnea Quigley herself was credited as associate producer.
So the names they went through on the employee files, it said Zelda Bernard, Forrest Ackerman, Michael Luguano, Roger Corman, which is cool, Deb Dion, Mike Encott, David McCabe, who's also David DeCoteau, TM Stir, his alias, Chuck Band, who's Charles Band, right on. So, and then John Schulweller.
And Charles Band was actually an executive producer on this movie, but he was not credited.
I didn't know that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So we do get to move on to the budget game.
Oh, shit.
They spent how much? The budget game.
All right. Chris.
Can I have a beer for this?
Yes, hold on. I think I need one too.
Yeah.
All right, handing off beers. This is the 1987 film.
Yes, and there was not a whole lot of set unless they spent an absorbent amount of money.
That hallway may have had interesting demands. It says, guys, you're going to be shooting me a lot. I demand a little bit more. I need my own trailer. I need fresh fruit every day, hence the fresh fruit shot.
Yes.
It needed to be massaged.
Let's see, we got a total of 6 people in the cast.
Ooh, yeah. Some of the filming was done guerrilla style without permits.
Yeah, 3 of them went on to do pretty much nothing, or 4 of them went on to pretty much do nothing.
I can hear you gulping.
Yeah.
You're drinking hard for this one.
It's so good. Once it hits the lips. All right. I'm sorry, I'm stalling because I think if they spent $10,000 on this movie, that was too much. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that they spent $50,000.
You came under. The budget was $75,000.
Really?
Yes.
12 days.
$75,000.
Very dark. Wow, that seems like a lot.
So this was released in theaters.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what the actual opening weekend gross was?
Oh, goodness.
1987.
1987. The gross for the whole weekend.
For the opening weekend. That's when it should be at its highest.
$500,000.
$13,000.
Damn.
$13,000. Holy shit.
Goo.
Bomb. Yeah.
Big time.
Big time. Big time bomb. But
they actually, I guess back in 87, you had no choice but to really release it to theaters.
Yeah. But some people liked it. 5-star reviews.
Goodness gracious.
Is this your guilty pleasure? 5-star reviews.
All right. So we do have some 5 stars review here from Chapman Whitman. I really like the props in this movie. It's quite realistic. I watched this movie with my father. The outcome was unexpected. I like actor in supporting role. Very pretty. The plot is wonderful.
Go fuck yourself.
That's such a weird 5-star review.
Yeah. Is this a 13-year-old?
I guess.
Jesus.
She really thought Jake was handsome, I guess. Yeah. Next one from Sleazy Demon. One of the best, worst movies you can find.
Okay.
From Brian. Hello. Yes, it's bad acting and kind of like Alien in a way, but just watch it as a low-budget movie with action and boobs. It's fun.
Not enough boobs.
Not enough boobs. Not enough to carry it. From, like this guy's name. Sorry, I'm snotty here.
Yeah. Sexy.
I apologize. From Tommy D. Strong. Imagine it. It's the 80s. You're at your local video store, and the cover of Creepozoids catches your eyes. You look closer and see the holy trinity of video rental goodness. Full Moon, David DeCoteau, and that precious Full Moon logo. Seriously, We're all set for the weekend. 5 stars.
Okay.
From, I am going to mispronounce this name, Ian Zantz. So, I've always had a fondness for dopey film. It's not complicated. It's simply another monster movie among many monster movies. It's no better or worse than most. It's low budget. The shock value is rudimentary. There's nudity. There's gore of a sort. It satisfies most of my must-haves. Is it great or even good at what it tries to accomplish? Certainly not. It's full-on crap. But that's the way I love it. I have very low expectations. 5 stars.
Goodness gracious.
It's pretty funny. I kind of like that one. And finally, we have one more from Bindi Sue Frankenscheiten. In a post-apocalyptic world of 1998, Bianca, Linnea Quigley, and her fellow survivors wander the wasteland, avoiding the acid rainstorms. Upon ducking into a larger building for shelter, they discovered a severed head. This can mean only one thing. Yup, it's time for Miss Quigley's character to take a relaxing shower, accompanied by one of the male models she brought along. 5 stars. That's pretty good. All right, so that's all I got. Unless you got something else you want to add there, Chris.
There's one thing that we should have talked about in trivia, and we did not, because we have not made any type of secret that we love Killer Eye.
Sure.
Halloween Haunt.
Yeah.
The Killer Eye itself.
Duh.
And I know. I just thought about this too. And when we reviewed those movies, and as much as we talked about them, we've always like, what is the movie with it? Because, in Halloween Haunt, like, you're watching a movie while they're watching a movie.
Yeah.
While the people in the movie are watching a movie.
So Halloween Haunt,
right.
They're watching The Killer Eye.
Mm-hmm.
The characters in The Killer Eye
are watching
Creepozoids.
Right.
We just found out that they're watching Creepozoids.
My whole build up, and then you just ruined it. So yes, this is the movie within the movie within the movie. So I was pretty excited to actually get to watch this.
Yeah, we actually found it out.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because Linnea Quigley is credited in Killer Eye, which is she's not in that at all.
In it, right.
But the part that she is in is the shower scene that the Boxer Bros are watching from the Killer Eye.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And she gets a credit. And then there's another scene where the zombie baby or killer baby comes out, and that's also in the Killer Eye, which is also featured in Halloween Haunt.
Correct.
Which is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Movie within a movie within a movie.
Yeah. So the holy trinity, if you will, has been complete now.
Yeah, I guess we have.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much else we can squeeze out of that guy.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because that's a good movie.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, watch Halloween Haunt.
Yeah, right.
So, back to Creepozoids, though. We're done. There's really not too much else to add to this movie. A lot of bad acting, a lot of screaming, a lot of black tar stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chris, end of the day, so bad it's good, so bad it's scary.
Man, on top of that, real quick before I make my decision here, do you feel like that if you had cut all the bullshit out of this movie, that it probably could have been wrapped up nice and sweet in like a
40
Tales from
minutes.
the Crypt?
Yeah. That's like a good you could edit this down to a good strong half hour.
25 minutes.
Yeah.
You could increase the kills a little bit or something, you know what I mean? This could easily have been like...
You're very good. That's a very good point. It felt like an episode that was just stretched to the limit as much as you could. Because, I mean, the fucking last 20 minutes is him doing cat and mouse.
God.
And you could just edit out all the hallway running scenes.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, with that said, dude, I gotta say, between the shitty acting and the writing was not great either. I think So Bad It's Scary. I mean... I guess it's worth one watch. But, dude, I was just like, oh, God, jeez, this is fucking painful. It was painful to watch, even with the shower scene, which was probably the best part.
Yes, I agree.
And I really enjoyed that hallway.
The star of the show.
But overall, at the end of the day, So Bad It's Scary.
Chris, I think I'm going to go with you. I'm also going to say So Bad It's Scary. I mean, it has some of the elements we like, you know,
Right.
the corniness, the bad acting,
Yeah.
you know, but geez, goddamn,
Yeah.
how could you make an hour and 11 minutes feel like 72 hours?
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, they just really stretched. You made a really good point, and I'm right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like an episode of like Tales from the Crypt or something that was
Or
just
even like, you know, like
that was just-
Creep Show, they break down,
Right.
you know, I mean, it's something like that. The whole aspect of it could have been.
they just stretched it
Yeah.
out too long, and they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they went a little too deep with the science stuff.
Mhm.
The things that were unexplained, like it was just too much common sense that came to play.
Right.
Board up the
Just-
air ducts.
Yeah.
You know, number one thing you do. So there was just too much. Like, it was just too bad. It was just too bad.
I tried. I
Yeah,
really tried to like it.
there's no explanation for the rats. What the fuck? You know, I mean, it was just too.
The only thing I think about the rats is maybe they were the ones in the cages and they were being tested on, and somehow they. But it.
It was just too bad. It was just so.
Fuck the amino acid part and just tell me why. There's a giant fucking beast that they keep saying looks human. That this fucker, I don't know.
They just could. It was poorly executed.
Oh yeah,
The ending blew my mind.
it was bonkers.
They
wasn't it?
he kills the mutant baby
Ah.
that comes out and is walking away, and then it comes up and you're like, all right, are they gonna fight again? What's gonna happen? Is it gonna nope,
frame, yeah.
freeze frame, roll credits. God damn it!
Well, they wanted a sequel. Obviously, we learned that in trivia.
But
and
still,
yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I guess after the movie hit theaters and only made $13,000, they're like, you know, we don't have a budget for a sequel.
So there you go, guys. Clean sweep. So bad it's scary. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Creepozoids is in the books.
Yeah, I'd stay away from it. but-
Don't waste your time, guys.
unless you've watched Killer Eye.
And you really are weird like us.
yeah,
If
and
you're
just wanna
straight up weirdos
yeah.
like us and want to like
Get
connect
that
all the
whole-
dots.
Get that trilogy, Trinity or whatever.
Other
going
than
down,
that, don't do it.
I'd stay
What
away.
I do recommend you guys doing though is checking us out. Check us out. We are on social media for Facebook, for Instagram. We are on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @SoBadIt'sScary. Check out our website, horriblehorrorpodcast.com, where you can also listen to our interviews with people from Contamination and our previous episodes.
Okay, another shout out to the con there.
Yeah, at horriblehorrorpodcast.com. You can also listen to us on Podbean. You can also listen to us on iTunes. So there we go. We have plugged away. We have talked all about it, and we are completely done with Creepozoids. Thank fucking God.
I think this podcast again is probably longer than the movie was.
It was. Yeah, because right now I'm looking at it, so I'm running on 125 minutes. It's longer than the movie. Because, Jesus Christ, all we had to do was just talk about how bad it was. We make a better film. I think we would. I think we could
think
just
you're
film this. This would be more entertaining. So there it goes, Moon Goons. Watch more horror movies. Enjoy yourself. Hugs and kisses, everyone.
Keep it tight.
All right, bye-bye.